Hey everyone, welcome back to another edition of Four Dads Podcasts. Tonight you obviously got myself, Tees, and Don Julio. Today we are rocking the Forefathers polos that Nick hooked us up with. Just want to say shout out to him for coming on to the podcast last week. We had a great time just talking about dads. We got the Forefathers. I'm rocking the Turf Dad. Julio's got the, which one
He's
is it?
got kids.
He's got kids polo. Honestly, very, very comfortable polos. I was
Very
very
impressive
surprised.
polos.
Like
Very
the
impressive
my
polos.
favorite part is by far the collar. For
Yeah.
whatever reason, with the FootJoy polos that I have, the collar just doesn't stay up exact. It's a little left or a little right, and this one's just right down the middle, perfect and great
Yeah.
quality. So thank you for hooking us up, Nick. We really appreciate it.
Yeah. And I just want to say, sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you,
Go for it.
but I like the polos a lot because they're big guy friendly. Like I was a little bit concerned kind of seeing like how, a little bit more fitted they were, but it hangs nice. Like makes my biceps look big,
Yep,
triceps
yep,
are all flared out,
yep.
makes the chest look squared. Like it doesn't grab too much of the belly. So I'm like, hey, this is cool, and I even put a shirt on yesterday with the belt, and I was like, oh man, it's actually kind of slimming. I like it, and I'm wearing
Yeah.
white, so really
Right.
good job, Nick. Good job, Nick.
Yeah, they are legit polos, and so really happy about that. And also just want to drop a huge announcement here. We are now partnered with Flight Scope, so we got the discount codes for you if you are looking for a portable or an at-home launch monitor. The Mevo that we'll be getting within the next couple days is probably about the same size as your iPhone, maybe a little bit smaller. And it's pocket, it's portable. It's about usually goes for about $500. We got 15% off codes. You just use Four Dads in the checkout, and it'll take off 15%. But as of right now, I do not know when the 4th of July sale ends for them, but they're already taking off $50. And I checked out today when the code went live, and they still will take off another 15% for that Mevo. So that knocks the price down to almost 25%, which is honestly insane. They don't really have those kind of discounts and stuff like that. So if you're interested, definitely check it out. We also have another code for Mevo Plus, which is the at-home one, where you just set it up, connect it to a PC and everything like that, and you can see the visual launch monitor and things like that. That one, we have a 10% code off, and that one you just got to use Four Dads Plus, and you get your 10% off. But anyway, jumping right into it right now. Just want to get into Rickie Fowler and his first win in what seems like forever in Detroit, Michigan, the Rocket Mortgage. Julio, what did you think and feel for Rickie?
I was super excited. I knew he was due. He was rolling the rock really well. He was hitting the ball really well. But the one guy too that I was a little worried about was Morikawa. He came out on that first hole and almost dunked it for an eagle. That ball spun back almost 10 feet and got to about, I don't know, maybe a foot on the right side. Like that was a pretty impressive shot. And he was playing good golf too. And I didn't realize that the last time he had won, they were saying was the US Open.
No, Morikawa?
Yeah, was that
No,
right?
no, the Open had to have been
The Open. Oh, I'm sorry.
Had to have been the Open.
The Open. You're right.
But
The Open.
was that like 2 years ago, huh?
Yeah, it's been a while since 2021.
Wow.
Yeah, and Rickie hadn't won in 1,916 days or something like that.
Was that when he won at TPC Sawgrass with the Players Championship?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, man. I was looking at the scores, and it was like, what, 24 under was 3 players that shot 24 under. You got to average 6 under a day to go for that. I know Detroit Golf Club is not one of the hilly kind of courses that you have with LACC, that they play the US Open or even Pebble Beach, but oh my gosh, 24 under. And yeah, like you said, a playoff, Rickie, Colin Morikawa, and let's see, Adam Hadwin.
Yeah.
Yep, who we actually saw at Pebble Beach, which was pretty cool. But, I was just stoked for him. I feel like that jailbird putter, like we've been talking about the last few episodes, has been winning tournaments over the last few. What was it? It was Rickie. It was, what's his name? Keegan Bradley, when he won the Travelers. Didn't he use a jailbird as well? I think he did.
He did.
And then the US Open was, I think, right before that with Wyndham Clark. And that just
Wyndham literally had it made like during the tournament.
Specs.
Yeah.
Before that. Remember, because he won a few weeks before. He won a few weeks before with that same putter because he saw Rickie's tried it and was like, "Oh my gosh, this pool noodle is
Oh, I
amazing."
thought. Oh, I thought he had it made the day before the tournament started, but
No, no, no. But I mean, regardless, I remember 2020 watching the Rocket Mortgage. It was the first time that I really started getting back into golf. Right in the middle of the pandemic. I don't know when it was, but I was over at my mother-in-law's place and Bryson DeChambeau, that was the year that he won it, 2020, and him and Matt Wolff were going head to head. And that was the first time that I legitimately watched a full round of golf. And by full round, I mean like watch Bryson from the first hole to the very last hole. And you know, it was just it was crazy. I was rooting for him the whole time. He won the tournament, which was awesome. But it seemed like there was a solid field. You know, it wasn't like he was
yeah,
going up against no one, like like a nobody's. So I was
yeah,
happy for Rickie for sure, especially bringing back that orange. Bringing that back and everything. And it's got to be the first win that he's had as a dad, right?
yep.
So that's awesome. That's huge.
It was. I mean, it was a great tournament. It was a very on your edge, you're on the edge of your seat type final round. I mean, to have the 3-way playoff and to see Hadwin hit a great shot and then to see the ball suck back like 30 feet
Oh my
and
gosh, that was
then
insane.
and and then Colin hits a great shot. That bounce just hurt him. I mean, if that ball bounces an inch shorter, that ball comes back and I think he's inside of Rickie, which would have meant another playoff hole, and Hadwin would have sat.
That is just insane. Just the fact of how low they freaking went in order to like some of these tournaments, like I feel like when they are these tournaments, when they're like 20 under, 22 under, it's usually when they don't have the best of the best players, you know?
Yeah.
Like, which is crazy. It was like the Honda Classic when it was like 19, 20 under or something like that.
Uh-huh.
And I forget who won that one. I don't think it was Wyndham Clark, but it's just like, why? I mean, come on. I'd be awesome if Rom and Scheffler and everyone was there just to see what the top dogs would shoot. Not just, people that, that are in the PGA Tour, obviously great golfers, but do you prefer that like really low scores for a weekend? If it's the best field available, would you prefer the most lowest scores ever? Like, oh my gosh, this is just awesome to see him burning everything, or would you want like a very very hard like U.S. Open style kind of like fight kind of tournament?
I would want to see a fight, like a fight tournament. I think that'd
Yeah,
be cool. But also too, I wouldn't be disappointed with like a super low,
like a
with a
shootout.
with a super low shootout. Because I mean, the rough looked tough at was it Detroit Country Club?
Yeah, Detroit. Yeah,
Yeah, at Detroit Country Club. I mean, that shot that Rickie had on 17 before the playoff, I mean, that was like above his ankles. And that ball, I mean, he clipped it perfectly and it tried to stop and ended up picking up speed and hits the hole. But it was like that didn't look easy. I mean, it was just I think just the wind conditions since everything kind of was playing off the right side for a lot of the or off the left side for a lot of the right-handed golfers. It was just, you know, easy to control cuts. And
yeah,
I mean, look at Homa. Homa made that hole in one on the last day. You know,
dude,
unreal. His
he
second
had
one
a
on
great
tour.
last round.
Yeah, he had a great last round. And that's another guy like I'd love to see him more up in the top, up in the top 10. Like to see him make
Hmm.
that, tied for 22nd was like, bro, what are you
Yeah.
doing?
Hmm.
You know,
He's got everything. He's got everything in the bag. It's
he
just putting
does.
it all
He's,
together.
yeah. And I mean, that just speaks to the difficulty of golf. Like,
Hmm. Hmm.
I have a friend that I play with on skins games, named Jake, and he's like that too. I mean, he's just kind of getting into the game, but he's just like, all we do is chase that one shot we chase, and hopefully we can keep building off. He's like, doesn't matter if it comes on the first hole or if it comes on the 18th, like that's what brings you back on Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like,
You ever seen that
yeah,
Saint Andre short
I love
with
those
with the
guys.
guy with the guy? He's literally just takes it. He's like,
I'm gonna
yeah,
devote
guys.
my life to this every weekend. Yeah,
Welcome to the club, man. Welcome to the club.
yeah,
But yeah, so I mean, I thought that was awesome. It's huge for him to break through. He's been in the winner circle before. Everyone loves Rickie. He's just a good dude. Now, obviously, he's a dad. First win is his first dub as a dad, which is awesome. Got that monkey off his back.
Mhm.
But Independence Day, 4th of July was yesterday. It'll be 2 days from when we drop this episode. Did you get any round in around the 4th of July? Where'd you play? How'd you do?
I didn't play on the 4th of July. I went and played. I went and played Monday. I just got out to Foxtail. Played really well, but on Sunday I went and played Monarch Bay with Danny Dallas. He follows us on TikTok. Went out with him and played some skins and played really well. It was. I mean, he's got a good bunch of guys that play around him, and he's got some pretty good game himself.
Yeah.
But went over there and played skins. Day before that on Saturday. No, Sunday. Yeah, Saturday. No, Sunday. No, Thursday. Thursday played skins again over here at Foxtail. So I got in some good rounds, and I
Nice.
got now that I got the GoPro, I got some good
Good
got some
footage.
footage. Yeah. So
Nice.
hoping to put together a little video, but I mean, I gotta admit it. I gotta admit, like, it's tough pulling out the GoPro
Every shot.
every shot,
You got to get used to it,
every
man.
hole.
It's something. It's yeah. It does take a little getting used to, but like now when I do it, I'm like, dude, I can't not do it, no matter where I am when I'm golfing, because I'm like, I gotta record every shot in case something crazy happens. I guarantee you, the one time I don't, I mean, like I remember one time I was playing a Dragonfly like 3 months ago, and I had the sickest, crazy breaking putt for birdie on 14, and I didn't bring my GoPro. And I'm like, oh, I was walking back to the car, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I forgot my GoPro. No. And like, there's a video that I have. It says, I made a birdie. Just trust me. Like, I'm sorry. Like, oh my gosh. But like, I totally get that. Like, once you get it down, it's a little bit easier because kind of like what you need to do, how to, where to set it, get it quickly, press play, and then do your routine and everything. But
Yeah.
dude, I played on Monday. It was 105. Uh,
Jesus.
yeah, I played at noon. I started at noon. It was 100 degrees. I was literally probably so get this. There was like almost no one on the course, right? It's pretty much just me. It was awesome. Except for one bozo behind me that I'm like, dude, quit playing so dang fast. I don't want to play with you. I want to play myself. I don't want to play with you. I don't want you to come up in front of me and ask if you can play in front of me. Like it's 150 degrees outside. I'm not trying to do this right now. And it kind of got on me a little bit where I was getting irritated, probably brushed a little bit more than I should, just because I'm like, dude, I'm sorry. I just don't want to play with anybody right now. Like, there's no one on the course, and I don't want it to be just me and you. Like, come on. I don't even know who you are. It ended up not playing with him, which was great, but I definitely rushed a little bit of my shots. I recorded everything, nothing overheated, which was great. Um, I'm surprised I didn't overheat. I drank about 130 ounces of water, did not pee once or have to pee. And I'll be putting that video up on Friday at 10 a.m. I'll be dropping it. The goal, obviously, for me is always to break 80. Can I break 80? Can I do it? But where was I going with that? Recording videos. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that. Besides, did I have? I had it. I had it. I don't know, but I mean, yeah, it's really cool once you actually record everything. You see everything back, and you get the shot tracers on and everything like that. It looks really cool. And yeah, Julio will send me some of his or all of his footage for one of his front or back nines, and I'll try to mock up stuff. Uh, when you do send it to me, though, also if you can, tell me what you got in every hole.
Yeah.
Like if you got like, plus one, even, let me know if it's a par five, par four, just so I can just go off that really quickly, create the little scorecard for you. Because that's another thing where I'm also I don't know if I'll put the yardage on yours unless you remember estimates of the yardage, because the estimates are fine. No one gives any crap about that. But I mean, like I have the yardage on there and it's like, oh, well, here's Julio 150. He's using a driver. Like, no, no. But
I have the scorecard for both courses that I played.
mhm.
Um, but no, I mean it like for me, you're right. You know, the best shots happened when I didn't have my GoPro out, and I had one on Monday where I I literally hit like a stinger 3-iron off the tee box,
Would have
and
been a
it went.
great content. Would have been great content, huh?
No, it would have, because I hit it right off. I hit it right off the tree, and my buddy Jake that I was playing, he wanted to play, like a junk game. So it was like I got a Barkey, right? So I hit it right off the tree. I had I had 214 slightly downwind out of the rough. My ball was sitting up perfect. I hit a 7-iron, um, just about 25 feet behind the pin, and as a joke, I was like, he goes, "Oh yeah," he's like, "Nice par," and I'm like, "Oh dude, I've made that putt 1,000 times or a million times. Like, I made that putt a million times. I know exactly how it's gonna break." I said, "Watch where your ball's at. I'm gonna aim it right at you, and it's gonna fucking drip right in." And sure enough, we get up there, and he's like, he looks at his ball, and I said, "You're my spot," and I hit it, and dude, it just goes bloop, and he's just like, are you kidding me?" And I'm like, that's $1, $2, $3, $4, $6, $7. That's $8. That's $8, my guy. And he was like, are you freaking kidding me? I was like, I told you. And then on the next hole, par three, we were playing from the blue. So normally that hole is about 210 from the tips. But it was playing like 175 from the blues. And
Okay.
the pin was a sucker pin. It's like tucked off on the right side. If you get any further right, you're in the creek.
Okay.
If you go long, it's only 6 feet. You only have about 6 paces back past the pin.
Oh
So
dang.
if you hit that, there's a little downslope and it goes back into the creek. So it's like, he's like, "You can go for the pin." I'm like, if Tiger doesn't go for pins, I'm not gonna go for the pin. I said, I'm going middle of the green. I hit a perfect draw, like right off the flag stick. Hits middle of the green, comes back about 6 feet. I have 15 feet downhill, slight right or left to right, and he hits a great shot. I mean, he went right for it, and he had 6, 7 feet downhill, and it was a tough putt. Like, he just had to breathe on it. Um, and so I looked at him and said, "You want to see something cool?" just and it just goes boom, makes another one. He's like, he goes, "Are you kidding me? Are you?" and I was like, "Man," I was like, "I'm telling you." And I switched up my putting grip, so I actually went to. I'm over here like, this is my strong hand.
Yeah.
but I actually went to the claw grip, and so
Ah, okay,
I'm
okay.
using my two fingers and just pinching it, and going putting. And dude, I've been putting lights out. Like, I started drawing like the ball or the line of my ball, and you just see it just tight. And
Little
I was
Joey
like,
Cold
ooh,
cuts on the putt, huh?
literally. I mean, dude, like, I know Joey Coldcut's got it from playing with Grant, and because Grant likes to putt with that grip. Um, but dude, it feels so stable. Like,
Yeah.
it feels so stable. But anyway, so I
Yeah.
made that birdie. He literally just breathed on the ball, and I don't know what he hit. I don't know if he didn't fix his divot or what, but you just see the ball go, and then it just goes like on the lip. I'm looking at him like, put it in the shade, stand in the shade. I was like, there's wind, it should fall. Didn't fall, and I was like, well,
What?
it's good. Yeah, it's on the edge. Like, if I would have taken a picture, it's literally like, here's the
No,
cut,
yeah,
and the
right.
ball is like right here.
That's good. You don't have to putt it. That's good. I think you'll make
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. So
Oh.
so then so now, so then because of that, I won the greenie. He got closest to the pin, but then I won up with a birdie, so I got like another four dots. Then here comes the big par five, dog leg right. I mean, you
Oof.
have this massive tree that's in front of you that most people will go over, or they'll hit a cut along the side of the tree, hit the downslope, and get out to about 165, 150 out. If you can tank it like that.
Yeah.
I hit an absolute nuke. I had I had 165 in. It was, yeah, I just cut it over the tree and hit the slope and just took off. I
Oh,
had
so you said it was
165 in.
a little downhill, a little downhill.
Yeah.
Oh
So
dang.
right where the bend's at, there's like a little bit of a downslope that feeds back towards the cart path. So
Okay.
when you cut it, it hits and then it kicks off to the left, and you
You
have
gotta
all this
cut
fairway.
it. You gotta
Yeah,
cut
literally.
it.
So so I hit the shot. It's perfect, and he's just like, "Oh my god!" He's like, You're gonna have a pitching wedge in," and I was like, "Dude, just hit your shot." He hits probably one of the best tries I had seen him hit in a long time, and he hits a 3-wood to get on in two. He's on the front. I hit I hit a I tried to hit a controlled little draw 9-iron. I ended up blocking it. Just blocked it dead straight right. I'm on like the backside pin high of the green. Hit a perfect little 58, like uh bump and run. Hits the collar, gets the perfect amount of rollout, goes over there, just misses on the high side of the hole for almost chipping in.
Oh,
And then
jeez.
I walk up and I make my birdie. And I'm like, well, I got it. So I had three in a row. So I got the turkey, and he's just like, dude, what the heck? And I'm like, you got a chance, bro. And I don't know what happened. I told him, I was like, dude, you're going uphill. You got to put a little bit on this one. He hits a great shot, but comes up halfway short. He's like still in the middle of the green. So I knew from there. And then he three putts, and he's just like distraught after that. And
Jeez.
like, yeah, it was a good stretch of holes, and I'm like, I didn't even think about pulling my GoPro out. Like, I missed all of that.
And that's the thing though, like I know like sometimes when you're like it's like you come down to like that last ball at the driving range, like, hey, okay, don't mess this up. You gotta end on a good one. You don't have another ball, and like that's in your head. It's kind of like the GoPro thing where it's like, oh man, you're getting recorded, oh man, you're gonna F it up. But when you do it every time, you get used to that and that becomes part of your routine. Um, I was on Monday when I played at Dragonfly, 17. I was like probably the longest par five that they got there. Um, I did not hit a great drive. I don't know. I don't think I heeled it. I don't think I towed it, but it was maybe a slight heel shot, right? Nothing crazy. About 516 from the hole to the box. And I get up to my ball and it says I was like 162 out. And I'm like, there's no
Damn.
way that I just hit like a 340, 360-yard shot. But at the same time, it was super hot. It was dry. It didn't have to go that high, and it could just roll phrase just like yours. It was a slight down slope, so it could just funnel all the way down to the center of that fairway where there's a little gully in the fairway where if you can get there, sets you up for a nice approach shot. And I was just like, well, that kind of sucks because it'd be nice to see how far I would have gotten if I would have really gotten the hold of one. I mean,
Yeah.
it did enough, but I felt like that Instagram douchebag, golf douchebag. Oh yeah, I healed it. I didn't have anyone to play with, but like to say that too, like, oh yeah, and then I just missed it, dude. You hit like 380. Well, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I could have hit it farther.
Yeah, dude, you gotta like you and I. We gotta go to this course here. We gotta go to Dark Horse and go play this track. You would absolutely love it. This course is a hidden gem. It's all the way out in Auburn, so I know you're already gonna be like, dude, that's like a 3 hour drive for me.
Where is
But
Auburn? Where is Auburn?
it's a little bit further north of Sacramento. But
Okay, okay.
dude, it is such a pristine track. Like I I would love for you to join me out there, and even we can get Tony out there too. But it's, dude, it's like dirt cheap.
Really?
It's this hidden gem inside of like this multi-million-dollar home complex, like private living area. It's like the Dark Horse Estates or something like that. It plays, 7,100 yards from the tips. It plays about 67 from the blues, or from the golds, and then I think from like the whites, it's like 65 or something like that.
Okay.
But dude, like I know it'd be an all day trip, but it's worth it. And the pro shop closes at like, so like let's just say we were to get out there, early morning at like 8:30, right? You and I both would have to leave our houses at like 4 a.m. But I'm saying like if we were to get out there, we play. By the time that we're done, the pro shops close and you have unlimited play. Like people will stay out there all day and play free rounds, and this course is just
Really?
immaculate.
But
Oh
how
yeah.
do but how do you like you get a golf cart, right?
hmm And
But
then you
how
just
would
drop them off.
but what if they're closed?
The cart guys stay there. It's
Gotcha.
just the pro shop.
Gotcha.
The pro shop is literally just like a shack. Like you walk up, they don't have like any of the big name stuff. They have some tailor made balls that they're sponsored by, but
Gotcha.
it's
Yeah.
literally the size of my office. Like
Dang. So
it's small.
what time do they close, would you say?
Right whenever the sun goes down. I mean, right now, being that the sun's not
Okay.
going down till 9, like Cart
Uh,
Barn's out there until 11 o'clock, 10, because you have guys that play all day,
dang.
and it's worth it, dude. Like, I just took my cousin out there last week on Monday, um, and it's $65 to play.
I know, I was just looking it up. I'm like, dang, dude, that's totally doable. And then, dang, $65 ain't bad. It's just a freaking drive. If I could
It's a
fly
drive.
there, then we just fly to
No,
Sacramento and then
well, if anything, fuck, just drive to my house the night before, stay here, and then we'll just drive together.
and
Like
how far is it from you?
2.5, 3 hours.
Wait. So I'd be driving what, 4 hours to your place, 2 hours to the course, 2.5 hours back, and then 4 hours back to my house. That makes logical sense. Yeah, yeah, I think so. Would it be fun? Yes. Okay. I'm not
Okay,
knocking that, but like,
okay. Hold up. Before you start bashing it, like
I'm
I
just
would,
thinking. I'm just saying.
I would have to literally do the same thing if I were to come down to or down to Clovis and play dart and play Eagle, whatever it's called,
Dragonfly, Eagle Springs.
Dragonfly.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, to play with you. I mean, I would literally have to get up at the crack of dawn, go over there, play golf,
But the
and then
difference is,
basically,
though, you're not coming to me and then driving 3 hours in the same direction to go to another course. Fortunately, it's only like 30 minutes to 10 to 30 minutes, depending on where you want to play. I get what you're saying, that regardless, it is not an easy drive, regardless of either way on us. This sucks. Let's be honest.
yeah, yeah.
But I mean, our best bet is honestly, and our best bet is definitely the Pebble Beach area or Monterey. When the time does come. And I
I'll
was
be there this
wrong.
weekend.
I know you're going to be at the Women's Open, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That'll be dope,
But
dude.
my birthday's on Saturday, and
Woo-woo.
yeah, and I'm playing. So I'm playing I'm playing Spanish Bay on Saturday at 7:10 a.m. So the wind will be nice and calm. And then I'll be playing Spanish on Sunday.
And when are you going to the women's tournament? Is it after when you're off the
Yeah,
round?
like in the afternoon. Yeah.
Like, man, I would have made that. I shot like 68 today. Gosh, these girls. You're playing from the freaking right from the women's teams. Yeah.
You're like the WNBA.
These are all drivable par fours. Are you kidding me? What is going on?
No way, man.
No.
They play just like how the guys play. I think they play from the back.
That's what I was going to bring up. We were talking earlier about, would you rather have a course, have a difficult round or like a round where everyone goes low? I would love for everyone to play like a Pebble Beach, play at like TPC Boston, TPC Sawgrass, one of the courses that you always play at, or maybe even like wherever they play the John Deere Classic every year that everyone gives crap that like no one cares about John Deere. Play it from the ladies' tees. Let's see how low we can go legitimately, and not like a PGA Tour where ladies tees, like that course when it's off and not on a PGA Tour event. Let me see that on the women's tees. Let me see Rickie Fowler. Let me see Scotty Shep, John Rahm just tee it up and shoot like a 43. Okay, come on. Eagle putt
I
on
get,
like every other
I,
par four. Like, come on.
I guarantee you, it wouldn't even be that low. I guarantee you, it'd
No,
be
I know, I
tough.
know, I know. It
Like it
wouldn't
would
be that
be
low, but I'm obviously
it would be like someone like Tiger coming in, watching all these guys hit driver, and he just plays 3 iron all day.
You're
little,
laying up on 240 to the hole. Come on, man.
and then he holds it out. He holds it
Right,
out. He's like, yeah,
right.
I got 125 in, like no big deal.
But I mean,
But
yeah. Oh man.
I've done so when I worked at Boulder Ridge, we did a tournament like that for the member guest, because the member guest was like 4 days long,
Oh
right?
damn.
You had the best ball on Thursday, then you had the match play Saturday, or I'm sorry, you had the match play Friday, the final match play would be Sunday, or I'm sorry, would be Saturday, because I mean we didn't have like a crazy amount of members, but then Sunday was like a fun day, or I'm sorry, Friday was the fun day, and then
Okay.
Saturday and Sunday was the match plays. Um, but literally, we would have everyone play from like from the forward tees, and you'd be surprised. There was only a few guys who could actually like really knock it out, and there was this one guy named um, JJ Morrissey, Jason Cavillo, and I forget what the other guy's name was. But these guys were sticks. I mean,
Yeah.
they were some good players, and yeah, I mean, they were the only guys who went under. Everyone else was like, I've never shot an 80 before. I've never shot an
Well, that's the thing.
87.
Like you can play really close, but at the end of the day, you still have to putt. And
Uh-huh.
the difference is that if you get yourselves on there for eagle and you're like a 20 handicap on a par four, you drive a green once or twice, you can three putt for par. And so even though they might not shoot low from what you would think, they're going to shoot much lower than what they're going to have. They're going to have much less blow up holes potentially because of how
Yep.
close they are. But
Yep.
yeah, I mean, I can understand that. But like PGA Tour players, dude, they would go freaking insanely low because they can putt, they can chip. They're bad chip. Like what was it? I saw Lou Stagner put up a stat of like, I think it was Lou Stagner. He put up a stat and it was like Scotty Scheffler is averaging 28.8 putts or whatever, around. And that's like what is it?
I saw that one. He was almost like dead last, and
Dead last in the PGA Tour. And
yeah.
then he's like, if he were to play somebody and you putted, 30 times in a round or whatever, he would have beat you by an average like 15 shots. It's like, he's like, and that's like the last. It's like, and that's like the worst part of his game. You're like, you got to be
Uh-huh.
kidding. It's just insane how difficult
That's. I mean,
golf is.
we talked about that like during the Masters and his last few tournaments. Is like, what is going on with the Rock? I mean, dude, the guy hits fairways like it's no one's business. He's on greens in regulation like it's no
Yep.
one's business. But
Yep.
then he
Yep. Yep.
stands over a 6 foot putt, and he's
He
got Lou
turns into
Gehrig's
me.
he's
Yeah.
got Lou Gehrig's disease.
I know, right? It's like, it's
Not that
kind of
that's
like,
funny. We support ALS, but
well,
yeah,
of course, but I mean, like, and they're not like difficult putts, like
no,
for him, should I say? They're more straight, maybe a little left edge, right edge. Nothing. I'm not talking about crazy benders or anything like that, but just things that average PGA Tour players convert at a higher rate than he has been, and he's not average,
uh-huh.
and that's the crazy thing, and that's what's crazy with golf is it's such a mental game that like if you're not good in between the ears, like you are screwed. Like when I played my round on Monday, legitimately, if I was anywhere from like 70 yards in, I felt super comfortable. If I was 70 to 200 yards out, I was effed. I was scared. I'm like, dude, I'm probably going to chunk this. My irons have not been good. On the tee box when I was driving, I was fine. I can get it on the fairway, but my goal was to get that thing in pitch shot range where I don't need a full swing and I can bring out a wedge, and that was all I needed. But if I had anything farther, all of my par fives that I could have reached into and should have, I reached one. Okay, I didn't reach one. I chunked it like 30 yards short. My next one, I did reach it. The next one was the 13th hole, I hit it into the water, chunked it into the water. The 17th, I hit a great shot. It just got really unlucky. Other one, I ended up getting lucky with that one. I don't want to explain too much because the video's coming out, but the fact of the matter is my confidence was just when it came to the iron, just gone.
I've been struggling. So I've been struggling with that kind of same confidence, like with shots at 80 yards,
Hmm.
right? I either flub my 58, or I hit it pure and it goes 5-10 yards longer. And I'm like, I don't know how much softer I can hit that.
Yeah.
So what I started doing was played the ball back in my stance, and now I hit a 50, or I'm sorry, I hit a 50 or a 54. I either open up the face a bit, and I have way more confidence with it. And the crazy thing is, I think because I'm hitting it a little bit better, I'm getting a lot more action on it. So it's just
Mhm.
like stop, stop, or it goes hit, hit, stop,
Yeah.
or
Check.
yeah, or if I just hit the little runouts, it's like, okay, it's gonna hit once and it should release, like it should be just fine. But it's tightened up my dispersion like
Mhm.
tremendously.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's been cool, like just making things work, even like off the green. Like if I'm just in front, instead of me taking, what I normally would do is like take a 54, just putt it basically. I take like a 9 iron, and I
You are becoming a
just bump
dad,
it.
aren't you? Don't flop it. Run it
Yeah.
up there. Run it up
Oh
there.
no, 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 no. I mean, I still got the flops when I need it, but if I'm like in the tight, like fringe,
Range. Yeah. Yeah.
oh yeah, I'm just gonna take that. I'm just gonna bump it and then just let it go like it's a putt. You know, I get way better results out of that. I mean, the
Yeah.
flop is nice, but the thing is, you got to land it right at that spot, and if you don't, like,
No, I
you're
know.
effed.
No. No, I know. I'm just kidding. That's like the joke of like kids want to flop it and like dads are always like bump and run it. Bump and run it. Or like the older men, right?
Yeah. Hey man, I'm
But
gonna
yeah.
be 32, so
Welcome to the
I,
club, man. Welcome to
yeah,
the
I'm
club.
doing my thing.
Right? You do you, man.
Yeah.
I mean, no, I got nothing against it. You play really freaking well compared to a lot of people that watch us, and from what I've seen of like other people on like TikTok and Instagram and YouTube, besides of course the cream of the crop, like like good, um,
Oh,
and
speaking of,
like
go
Dusty
ahead.
Jack. I was just gonna say
Well,
like we play much better than what some other these other people play, and
let's just send him an email and challenge him. Let's go.
I would love that, but that's the thing is though, like we don't live next to each other, so we literally can't. It's like, okay, get on your simulator. Okay, we're gonna I'll play Pebble Beach, all on the
No,
blues.
no, no. I'm saying we just go to him, and now that's
No,
where
I
you
know,
have to
I'd
talk to
love that.
Stephanie and be like, "Hey, babe,
For the
look
brand, for the
yeah,
brand.
yeah." No, I totally would. Like, I totally would. I was actually thinking about using like Chat GPT to like draft an email to like some of these guys and say, "Hey, like, would love to collaborate with you guys and play." Somewhere I'll fly out to you, do whatever. But speaking of good, um, I saw that they just played a
Pebble
good major.
Beach,
Yeah, at
Pebble.
Pebble Beach.
Oh my gosh, did you see them on the 17th hole?
Yeah, I did.
Oh my
But it's like,
gosh.
I don't know if I don't know, this may be controversial, but dude, it like irked me. I mean, it really got under my skin to see like Bubby and who's the other guy?
The one who was at 13 under.
Yeah, what's his name?
I'm blanking on his name. He's one of the newer guys, right?
No, he's been there since the beginning.
Oh, really?
Steve.
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 Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep.
To see them like come out onto the course, hats backwards, like shirts untucked. I'm like,
It's not your
you're
regular Muni, bro. Like,
it's not. I mean, I understand it's a public course, but it's like
you're right.
you're playing where legends have played, and then Bubby's got he's got his retro Jordan ones on, like as regular shoes, and I'm like, what are
You're
you
playing a
doing?
$1,000 course, and did you see?
Yeah,
I think he had like his socks rolled up in between like his pants, and I'm
yeah.
like, it's a bold move, man. But like, if I'm playing one of the nicest courses ever, of course they played like the best of the best. I'm like, you'd rock that? That's the outfit you're gonna go with? I would
I
have
mean
had
the
that
shirt.
outfit picked out.
I mean the shirt was cool. Like I'm not going to bash the shirt.
Mm.
That new black, the black camo line that they dropped or whatever. It looks cool, but I just was like, dude, come on, boys. Like, I know you guys are like the newer, generation of golfers, but it's like you're talking about Pebble Beach. Like, you guys rave about it day in and day out. Like, that's not an everyday course that you just get the chance to go play.
Right.
I
Right.
mean, that is. that is a bucket list course through and through. And to go there, to do all that, it's just like, dude. I mean, the best part, honestly, the best part was watching Matt make that eagle. You know, that was a heck of a putt. I mean, that was super cool. I mean, literally the way that he said, he's like, yeah, I played this course 1,000 times on the simulator. Like, and I'm like, that would totally be me too. Like, I would literally say the same exact thing. But dude, I couldn't make it to the video. Like,
Well,
I
dude, it's
couldn't
like a
make it
two and
there.
a half hour video. I only watched like a few of the holes, and I'm like, dude, I'm not watching a 2.5 freaking hour video.
But I couldn't watch it because I just was like, I couldn't stand Bubby and kind of the way that he is, where he's just like, I just get annoyed by the way that he is sometimes. Like, I'd rather just watch, Busta Jack and
They got some great
Bob does,
content, dude. I
yeah,
love Busta Jack, dude.
yeah, and Bob does sports, because it's like they talk about real stuff. Like I don't know, the good guys, now that Micah and Grant are there, they just kind of seem like, I don't know, they just kind of seem
They're just boys that golf instead of
yeah,
like really good players that are just
yeah,
playing golf, really good golf. I mean, like Bob does sports. Obviously, you have Fat Perez and you have Bob, and then you got Joey Coldcuts, and there's obviously a gap between Fat Perez and them, but they still have a great time.
but they still get it. They still do their thing.
Yeah, yeah,
That's the one thing, is like to see Grant, who was a D1 college player, who competed pretty aggressively, apparently. Like, to see him like going duck hook drivers, hit people in the chest, like, all this different stuff. It's like, what are you doing? Like, it's your standard shot that you hit all the time. Like, do you need to work a 50-yard draw? Do you need to
right.
work like a crazy cut and like finish with your hands like you're Arnold Palmer? Like, no, all this new technology, you can just hit it normal. You want to hit a slice, just leave the face neutral. Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe I'm just being a little bit of a stickler, but I was just like, I
that
can't even make it through. I
that
can't even make it through.
32-year-old man's showing, man. I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it already. No, I get it though. I get it. I mean, like there is some respect, right, to the course. It's not like a regular, local muni that you're just playing. It is like literally like a top 5 course in the world.
Yeah, it's Pebble
And
Beach.
oh, exactly. No, I know. And I would say probably in California, the most famous course in California. And you only get, usually it's like a one-time thing, right? You don't get to go 3, 4, 5, 6 times, especially them who are like on the East Coast or Midwest. It's only gonna be a one-time thing. And you know it would, I'd be curious to see how they looked when they got into the clubhouse, if they rocked that same way, everything the same way when they got in the clubhouse, or when they got out they changed, or like flip the hat backwards and everything. Because I mean, yeah, at the end of the day, they're paying for it so they can do what they want, but it's still just like some courses are like, dude, no, you need a front shirt, front weight hat. You gotta have this, you gotta have golf shoes, you gotta do this, no jeans, no that. All the little things that go on with golf, but I get it.
Well, I feel like Pebble wouldn't be that place to tell you, though. Like, you're
No,
paying $750 for that round. I don't think anybody's going to tell you, and you're probably staying at the resort.
yeah,
So, you're already what? You're already
2,000 and 3,000 per
yeah,
person.
yeah.
But they could
So
write it off, right? They could write it off. So
that doesn't matter. I mean, that doesn't matter. Like, to to a head pro, it's just like, we got your money. Like, I really don't care. Just don't pee in public. Don't you know, don't like, don't just walk through the bunkers and not rake. Like, don't slam your putter nose down into the green because you missed a 4-foot putt.
wait,
Like,
was I not supposed to do that? Oh
yeah.
man.
Was I not supposed to pee in front of Steve Kerr's house on 14? Yeah.
Oh
Like,
man, yeah.
all that stuff. But I mean, literally, I only watched from when I literally watched 3 holes, and I'm like, bro, this is boring. Like, this is so boring. I can't, like, there's nothing that's like, ooh, oh, wow. Like, you're not even playing decent golf to even make me want to be like, wow, these guys are good.
Yeah,
I feel
that's
like,
my thing. That's my thing too. Yeah,
yeah, I feel like even if Busted Jack and if Busted Jack was there, like, with heavy winds, whatever it may be, like, those guys are still going to be touching fairways, and it may just be boring, because they're just like, oh yeah, it's another straight shot, it's
Mm-hmm.
another cut. But
Yeah.
those guys are just so good, so good.
Dude, but I've been watching a lot of Busted Jack recently, and like they're I'm so jealous of Cole's swing, man, or Jack's
Smooth,
Busted Jack. It's
yeah,
just it's like it's so fluent. There's
smooth,
no there's nothing that he's doing that he's making extra effort, and it looks like he's just going up there just practice swinging. And then
yep,
while you got uh Busta. I mean, I found out why they called it Busta Jack. And do you know why they call it
yeah.
Busta Jack? Do you
Isn't it
know?
like their nicknames or something like that?
Well, no. So, well, yeah, nicknames, yes, but apparently Busta, his name is Mason Nut, and he's like, you can get where Busta came from, Busta Nut, right? And he's like, that's where I was calling college all the time, is Busta Nut.
I bet
uh,
you that's it. I bet you that's his gamer tag too.
I wouldn't be surprised, but like that's where Busta came from, and then Jack. I guess Jack is his middle name, but like his real name's like Cole Lance or whatever, and that was just his middle name, Mad Jack. But yeah, when I found that, because I looked at him like, where did Busta Jack come from? He goes, well, my last name's Nut, so I'm sure you could put two and two together where that one came
That's
from.
hilarious. That's
But
hilarious.
but yeah, I mean, they got some really good stuff going on, which I like. Then they're good. They're solid. Like and Busta, he'll just be swinging it looks like he's swinging so hard compared to Cole. And he might be hitting it 40, 50, 60 yards farther, but like it's an even match through and through. They're playing
Yeah.
from the tips. They're just smashing it, and it's
Uh-huh.
just impressive.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean, honestly, like to see the way that they took on Arrowhead Golf Club in Denver, Colorado, like that was impressive. I played that track, and that is not an easy course. That is a very, very tough course. Especially the hole where you have to hit over the rock. Like that is a very tough track. And they both took on the rock and right in the middle of the fairway. I'm just like, I was like, I got super lucky when I went over the rock. I got super lucky. I had no idea where to hit it. Like I was just like, I'm gonna pick that little dimple at the top, and I
yeah.
just nuked to drive. I mean, I hit that ball so far. The group that I was playing with, we had like 40, I don't know, like 40, 60 yards in or something like that. It was insane.
Dang.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like I definitely focus. I definitely enjoy more content that is good golfers. Not like they're obviously like good golfers, and Bob does sports because again, you have a mixture of Fat Perez, you have a mixture of Bob, the everyday golfer, like the weekend warrior that just plays for fun. You have Joey Coldcuts that really seems like he's trying like crazy, but he just gets pissed after every single
Yeah.
wedge shot that he has, but he can
Yeah.
drive it for days. And then you got Fat Perez, who's like the ringer, and
Yep.
um,
And then you get
like
the guest who's like the single who is decently well, or he's max on
or
money. He goes,
Benjamin. Yeah, right.
yeah, yeah, exactly,
That could pop
exactly.
on in. But yeah, I mean, hopefully one day we'll be able to collaborate more, and by more I mean some, any, which will be nice. I know I'm hoping late August is when we'll the plan that I'll talk to you about on off screen about going back to the Pebble Beach area. I thought it was July, but it's not. It's late August.
All
But
right,
we'll talk about that. And but yeah, I think it's a good spot to wrap up the podcast for now. I know next week
cool.
it's funny. John Deere Classic is this week. That one that I was just making fun of. Being Illinois, great track, but I mean, like, it's just like that's just the joke that everyone says. Who's watching the John Deere Classic? Like, and not everyone in Illinois, but that's about it.
People in Fresno, they're trying to figure out what's the new tractor.
The Valley, yep, very Aggie friendly, yep.
I'm in the same area too. I'm right here in Sonoma County, so I got I got all the John Deere's lined up right out front.
But yeah, so again, thank you everyone for taking a look and watching us on TikTok, on Instagram, on YouTube. Again, we just partnered with Flight Scope. You got Four Dads discount code, 15% off the new Mevo, or you got Four Dads Plus, which is 10% off the Mevo Plus. Also check out Four Fathers as well. Nick's got a great line of polos for all the dads out there, and we are
And
heading out.
don't forget Upside. Upside still needs some love from you guys. You're looking
Of
for a new
course.
rangefinder. speaker. If you're looking for some training aids, magnetic towel,
Yep.
they got it all. So,
Four dads for 20% off there. Four
yeah,
dads for
four dads for
20%.
20% off. So,
Yeah.
get it while it's there.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to stay fly and go low.
That's right. Take care.